25 or 624. Right here at AM 1230 KXO El Centro, the best oldies on the radio. Good morning to you. It is a lovely Saturday. It is about 7:32, May the 24th. Well, how are we doing on this lovely Saturday? You know, it's going to be Memorial Day on Monday, but also something I thought that might be interesting if you ever go down to the San Diego area. Vista Strawberry Festival and pie eating, a film festival, lots of stuff is happening over there. It's a tradition during the Memorial Day weekend where thousands of folks will take part in festivities at a street fair centered around strawberries, from pie eating to ice cream sundae contest and beer stein holding competitions. I don't hold it very long because I'm busy drinking it. The idea for the annual Vista Strawberry Festival goes back more than half a century to Vista's claim to fame as the unofficial strawberry capital of the world during the 60s and 70s, when strawberries were shipped out each day during peak season from Vista throughout the country and across the world. So that's happening. Let's see. It's basically the main event takes place on May 25th. So that is tomorrow. But the celebration kicks off with the Carnival Zone opening on May 23rd. So look it all up. This is happening in Vista. It happens every year. It's a good, fun time. Vista Strawberry Festival. You know, go hang out there and just stuff yourself with random stuff for many, many hours. So let's see, what are we doing next? I think we're supposed to talk about celebrity birthdays right now. And, you know, if you care, comedian Tommy Chong of Cheech and Chong is 87. Bob Dylan is 84. Actor Gary Berghoff from MASH is 82. Singer Patti LaBelle is 81. Actor Priscilla Presley is 80. Actor Alfred Molina is 72. Singer Roseanne Cash is 70. Actor Kristen Scott Thomas is 65. Actor John C. Reilly from Chicago and Walk Hard, The Dewey Cox Story, is 60. Actor Dana Ashbrook, Twin Peaks, is 58. And guitarist Rich Robinson of the Black Crowes is 56. Black Crowes, 56. It's amazing. I was listening to some music the other day, and I just realized that, I'm 55, and these gentlemen were older than me. And I was like, you know what? We're all ticking along, are we not? Stick around. Got some more stuff after the break.
San Diego, it's the Ford Memorial Day Sell-a-thon. For a limited time, get the biggest savings on an incredible selection. So visit your San Diego County Ford dealers now and get great offers across the lineup of Ford trucks and SUVs, like the built Ford Tough F-150 truck, part of Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 48 years and counting, or the adventure-ready Ford Bronco Sport, with GOAT modes to help you conquer the great outdoors. And check out the always electrifying Ford Mustang Mach-E with 0 to 60 thrills and 0 emissions. It's the Ford Memorial Day Sell-a-thon, and it's your chance to save. Whether it's gas, hybrid, or all-electric, now's the best time to get behind the wheel of your brand new Ford truck or SUV and drive it home today. But hurry, these offers end soon. So go to your San Diego County Ford dealers today, based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
All offers valid at Imperial County Ford dealers.
Hey, they say it's your birthday. And wow, a lot of you have a birthday today. Happy birthday to Adrian Kyle, Serena Rodriguez, Kimberly Alvarez, Trinidad Vea, Manuel Alvarez, Susan Beret, Rudy Sena Sr., Lucero Pena, Zamari Dominguez, Henry Licea, Madeline Licea, Maria Elena Garcia, Araceli Fuentes, Alison Nunez, Denise Fournet, Donna Kellerman, Jackie Mitosinka, Juanita Gonzalez, Joseph Velez, Bryson Singh, Lisa Ramirez, Alexis Contreras, Jose Panduro, Mona Lisa Robertson, Norma Gomez, Phyllis Spence, Susanna B. Estrada, Walter Beasley Jr., Matthew Padilla, Loretta Romero, Kayla Martinez, and Frank Banda. That's a lot of birthdays. Happy birthday to all of you from all of us right here at KXO. Yes, happy birthday to all of you. In case you didn't know, did you know that Jim Morrison's bust was stolen 37 years ago? It's kind of amazing. In a remarkable turn of events, French police have recovered the long-missing bust of Jim Morrison, the iconic frontman of The Doors. The sculpture created by Croatian artist Mladen Mikulan in 1981 to commemorate the commemorate the 10th anniversary of Morrison's death was stolen from his grave at Paris's Père Lachaise Cemetery in 1988. The bust was found during an unrelated fraud investigation conducted by the Financial and Anti-Corruption Brigade of the Paris Judicial Police. Authorities discovered the sculpture in the residence of a high-ranking executive under investigation for financial misconduct. That's amazing. Despite being missing for nearly 4 decades, the bust remains largely intact, though it bears signs of wear, including graffiti and a damaged nose. The recovery has reignited discussions about Morrison's enduring legacy and the possibility of reinstating the bust at his gravesite, which has long been a pilgrimage site for the fans. Kind of amazing. Let's go with our world and California news headlines are brought to you by, I think this is page 1, brought to you by the Imperial County Air Pollution Control District, delivering real-time updates about the air you breathe.
CBS News Brief. That's cadets marching into the stadium at West Point, where President Trump is giving the commencement address to the class of 2025 right now. It's his first military commencement address since returning to office.
Congratulations to the West Point class of 2025. You are winners, every single one of you. Thank you.
A small number of demonstrators are urging the White House to support our veterans. A federal court has paused the Trump administration plan to stop international students from enrolling at Harvard University. Professor Noah Feldman there says
the Trump administration has been trying to do everything that it can to undermine the freedom of inquiry and the freedom of thought in universities. And this is simply part of that assault, and it's a part that is appropriately being rejected by the courts.
It's part of a fast escalating feud between the venerable school and the White House over policy issues. CBS News Brief. I'm Allison
The Imperial County Air Pollution Control District delivers real-time information about the quality of the air you breathe. Visit the website at apcd.imperialcounty.org to stay informed about air quality around the valley. The website also includes information for upcoming meetings, programs, and there's access to the dust cams set up around the valley. Visit apcd.imperialcounty.org today.
California headline news. ICE agents have been seen in Northern California immigration courts signaling a shift in federal policy. Victoria Artanto, an immigration attorney, says it's a coordinated fear campaign making immigrants afraid of going to court.
And in that way, they won't be able to exercise their constitutional due process rights, and they won't be able to request asylum, which they might be entitled to.
California Republican Congressman Kevin Kiley is celebrating a big win. Last week, both the House and the Senate passed 3 bills he's been pushing that overturned California's efforts to phase out gas-powered vehicles. Kiley says many Democrats voted in favor of the bill.
35 Democrats, as you said, in the House joined us because the policy is completely crazy. It's unworkable. And thankfully now it's not actually going to happen.
And a homeowner shot and killed an intruder in Riverside County late Thursday night. No charges have been filed, but the case is under investigation. Mike Sauceda, California Headline News.
World California news headlines have been brought to you by the Imperial County Air Pollution Control District. Log on to imperialvalleyair.org for real-time information about the air you breathe.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Welcome to Bundle Deal Days at AutoZone. Well, I do need a bundle of things. When you bundle, you save. Do I save if I bundle oil with an oil filter? Save up to $12 on that bundle. What about brake pads and rotors? Bundle those and the brake pads are free. Can't save more than free. You can save on hundreds of deals during Bundle Deal Days. Ends June 2nd at AutoZone. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Restrictions apply. Duralast brake pads only.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2025 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aids.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
California headline news. California State Parks is offering free entry to over 200 parks in the state. If you have a library card, you can check out a pass from your local library that allows you to bring one car with up to 9 people or 1 motorcycle.
We're working to create more equitable access in California through our Outdoors for All initiative.
That's Wade Crowfoot, California's Natural Resources Secretary. Passes are available for a limited time. Mike Salceda, California Headline News.
All right, this is page one of the local news. The service of El Centro Motors, Quick Lane Tire, and Auto Centers with 3 locations to serve you at El Centro Motors in the Brawley Auto Center at Highway 86 and Julia Drive at the Imperial Valley Mall. So 113 pounds of methamphetamine were controlled at the border. They seized them, 113 pounds of methamphetamine around 10:30 Monday morning. Border Patrol agents stopped a black pickup pulling a trailer north on Highway 86. A Border Patrol K-9 alerted to the vehicle and trailer. A search resulted in the discovery of a compartment. In this compartment, agents found 36 packages that contained a substance that tested positive for methamphetamine. The narcotics had a street value of $96,500. The 27-year-old driver was arrested. The vehicle and meth were seized. Also, last night, collision injures 2. 2 people were injured in a Friday night traffic accident. The accident was reported at about 7:40 p.m. on State Route 98 and Barberworth Road. 2 cars collided, resulting in one of the cars to roll over. 2 people sustained major injuries. One was transported by Mercy Air to Desert Regional Medical Center, and the other by ambulance to El Centro Regional Medical Center. The California Highway Patrol is investigating the incident. KXO News Time, 7:43. Back after this.
Here's an idea. When your vehicle is just sitting there, whether it's at work or at home, and it needs service, let our mobile service come to you. Hey, this is Lauren at El Centro Motors. You know, whether it's batteries or brakes or tire rotation or an oil change or pretty much any need that your vehicle has, let us come to you. By utilizing our mobile service, it's easy. Just give us a phone call. We'll get your appointment set. Or if you prefer, you can visit us at one of our 3 conveniently located quick lanes for any and all of your service needs.
Got more news. The Broadway fire continues to burn. The Broadway fire update. The fire began on May 21st. It is burning at about 15 miles southwest of Blythe. It has burned around 713 acres. For public and firefighter safety, the Bureau of Land Management is closing the Oxbow Recreation Area and surrounding areas, portions of Highway 78 on the California side, and local access roads leading to the riverfront will be impacted beginning today and throughout the weekend. Fire crews are expected to be on scene fighting the fire all weekend. No containment report has been made available. And also coming up, of course, Memorial Day ceremonies are happening. Memorial Day is Monday. Ceremonies will be held throughout the morning, starting at 9 a.m. The VFW Post 9305 will host a service at Evergreen Cemetery in El Centro. Captain Ryan Karstens, commanding officer of the Naval Air Force El Centro, will give a short talk on the meaning of Memorial Day. At 10 a.m., the city of El Centro and VFW Post 9305 will host a ceremony at the Veterans Memorial Wall at Buckland Park. The solemn event will pay tribute to the brave men and women of the United States military who gave the ultimate sacrifice for our country. VFW Commander Lee Quarcelino will be the guest speaker. At 11 a.m., the Calexico Baja Runners will host Memorial Day ceremonies at Mountain View Cemetery in Calexico. The guest speakers include Roger Rubalcava and Captain Ernesto Ruedes. The public is encouraged to attend any and all of the ceremonies on Memorial Day, which again is this Monday. Page 1 of local news has been a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers with 3 locations to serve you. Quick Lane services all makes and models, and you never need an appointment.
More than 80 million Americans depend on AM radio for their news, traffic, weather, sports, and a community connection. It's the backbone of the emergency alert system, keeping us safe in dangerous times. It's critical that we keep AM radio in cars, because when cell and internet services are down, this free emergency service could be your only lifeline. Text AM to 52886 and tell Congress we need AM radio in cars. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
We have local news page 2, brought to you by Burgers and Beer, serving the best burgers in town with daily lunch specials Monday through Friday, and a happy hour from 3 to 6 p.m. every single day. Speaking of Memorial Day, there's some more things to talk about, some nice things to talk about. A Memorial Day gift. The City of El Centro is offering a Memorial Day gift. The gift will last longer than just Memorial Day. Beginning Memorial Day, kids will be able to swim free at the Aquatic Center. The new program will offer free public swim admissions and discounted swimming lessons at the Aquatic Center. The program runs from Memorial Day through Labor Day and is open to local families who meet income requirements. Contact the Aquatic Center, for information on those requirements. And also, there's a Memorial Day Deep Pit Barbecue. It will be held on Sunday. The American Legion Post 25 is hosting the barbecue fundraiser. It will run from 12 to 5 p.m. at the American Legion. That's 569 Broadway in El Centro. Along with the Deep Pit Barbecue, the meal will include beans, salad, and a roll. Donations are only $15. Tickets are available at the American Legion Bar or from any American Legion member. KXO News Time, 7:47. Back after this.
Hungry for the best burger in town or an ice-cold beer? Did you know that Burgers & Beer has happy hour every day from 3 to 6? Get drink specials all day like Margarita Monday, Tonic Tuesday, Wine Down Wednesday, and Thirsty Thursday. For May specials, try our Pineapple Martini or an ice-cold bottle of Busch Light for $3.99. May plate of the month is a machaca torta. And we now offer a new seasonal dessert, the Churro Ice Cream Sandwich. Burgers & Beer, proudly serving you, your family, and friends since 1985. Open daily starting at 9. Burgers & Beer, for the best burger in town.
Let's go ahead and talk about a little bit of weather. We're going to go ahead and send it to an earlier version of me. According to the National Weather Service, early morning water vapor imagery and RAP analysis depict a shortwave trough over California, with the center of this trough over the straddling coastline. This shortwave will quickly move inland with the center of the trough projected to be over the California region by this afternoon. With this trough moving into our region today, afternoon will have high temperatures that will be several degrees cooler than yesterday, with highs forecasted to stay below the century mark this afternoon. This shortwave trough will advect east of our region by Memorial Day. Okay, Shakespeare. But a secondary shortwave will move in quickly behind it. These shortwave troughs will help to keep temperatures near normal through at least the first part of next week. What does that mean in regular language? That means for today, partly sunny, then gradually becoming sunny with a high near 97. Breezy with a west wind of 5 to 15 miles per hour, becoming south in the morning, with winds gusting as high as 30 miles per hour. And for tonight, mostly clear, with a low around 66. Breezy with a west wind 10 to 15 miles per hour, becoming south-southwest after midnight. Winds gusting as high as 30 miles per hour. For Sunday, sunny with a high near 98. West-southwest winds around 5 miles per hour. And by Sunday night, clear with a low around 68. West winds 5 to 10 miles per hour, gusting as high as 20. And for Memorial Day, sunny with a high near 100. South-southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour, gusting as high as 20. Currently in downtown El Centro, it is 76 degrees. The wind is out of the west, about 7 to 16 miles per hour. The humidity is 27%. If you're heading over the hill into San Diego, it is currently 61 degrees, the high 69, a cloudy day over on the other side of the mountain there. And currently right now in Yuma, 72 degrees. Nyland is 73 degrees. Jacumba, 60 degrees currently. And our air quality is good to moderate. It says in the El Centro area is into the yellow, but everything is right on the borderline. So good to moderate is fine with me. Okay, so news time is about 7:50. And we're going to close our local news page too, which is brought to you by Burgers and Beer, the place for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Bring the family or meet your friends at Burgers and Beer. Stick around right after this.
School sports are played by humans, coached by humans, and officiated by humans. So the next time you're sitting in the stands at a school athletic event, please remember this and maintain your humanity, especially when it comes to judging and critiquing athletes, coaches, and officials. Please show your fellow humans some respect. They'll appreciate your empathy.
This message presented by the CIF and the California State Athletic Directors Association.
Sports Time is brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Hospital, an affiliate of the Scripps Health Network, working together to provide you the best of care. All right, let's talk about some sports. The Dodgers, you Dodger fan, most people around here are Dodger fans. Teoscar Hernandez led off the 13th inning with an RBI double, and the Dodgers outlasted the New York Metropolitans 7-5 in a wild rematch of last year's National League Championship Series on a rainy Friday night at Citi Field. As the clock approached midnight, New York tied it with 3 runs in the ninth off closer Tanner Scott. Not good. Jeff McNeil laced a 2-run triple, and Tyrone Taylor followed with an RBI single to make it 5-all, sending Hardy fans left in a crowd of 40,449 into a frenzy after they waited out a 98-minute rain delay in the third. But the Mets squandered chance after chance to win over the final 5 innings, sometimes with their best hitters at the plate, and Los Angeles finally broke through in the 13th against Huáscar Brazoban, the 9th New York pitcher. Automatic runner Will Smith scored from second on the double by Hernandez, who also had an early 2-run single. Hernandez scrambled to third on Hyesung Kim's single and came home, and Andy Page's sacrifice fly to 7 to make it 7-5. Luis Garcia, 2-0, pitched 2 1/3 innings, hitless innings for the win, raising his arm on the mound when center fielder Tommy Edman made a sliding catch at 1 o'clock in the morning for the final out of a game that took 4 hours and 8 minutes, not including the rain delay. So they were out there for quite a long time. As far as the Padres go, Manny Machado hit a tie-breaking homer off Raisel Iglesias in the 9th inning, and the San Diego Padres overcame Ronald Acuna Jr.'s home run in his season debut to beat the Braves 2-1 on Friday night to end their 6-game losing streak. It's been pitiful. We had scored 3 runs in 5 games, but we scored 6 runs against the Blue Jays in the last game, but still not 7-6. So starting off in Atlanta with the win is good. Machado led off the 9th by lining his 4th homer off Iglesias. Acuna wasted no time before thrilling the sellout crowd in his much-anticipated return to the Braves lineup. He crushed the first pitch he saw 467 feet for a home run, turning on a fastball from Nick Pivetta for the shot into the seats in the left center in the first inning. He added a single in his next at-bat. Let's talk about Acuna. Acuna, he's the MVP from 2023. He has been out for over a year. He's by far the best player in the league in 2023. So having him back for the Braves is kind of scary if you're fans of teams in the East, and scary altogether if you're just watching the Braves maybe catch up and get into the playoffs. Acuna also enjoyed a defensive highlight, throwing out Elias Diaz at second base in the 8th inning following a Diaz single. Brave starter Chris Sale allowed the second inning homer to Gavin Sheets. Jason Adams, 5-0. Recorded the final out in the 8th. Robert Suarez, good old Bob, came on to overcome an Alex Verdugo single in the 9th for his 16th save. So the Padres are back on the board with a win. Again, if you're at the game on Wednesday, you may run into me because I will be there as the Lens, the Fins, the Marlins of Miami come to San Diego. Let's stick around right after this.
Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, ready to serve you and your family for all of your healthcare needs. Let our team of dedicated physicians guide you on your journey to better health. Pioneers is a recognized leader in healthcare and has more than 10 health centers and clinics throughout the Imperial Valley. When the need arises, don't hesitate to come and see us. We have services and locations at Calexico and Raleigh, and of course, our award-winning hospital, Pioneers Memorial. For more information on all Pioneer services, visit www.pmhe.org today.
All right, so if you're a Shohei Ohtani fan, you're waiting for him to throw the ball, right? He will soon take the next major step toward his eventual return to the mound. Prior to Friday's game against the Mets, Dodgers manager Dave Roberts told reporters that Ohtani on Saturday would pitch live batting practice at Citi Field, which means he'll be facing hitters for the first time since late in the 2023 season. Last Saturday, Ohtani threw a 35-pitch bullpen session, and facing hitters a week later suggests he's indeed making a progress in his recovery from major elbow surgery, which he underwent in late 2023. He didn't pitch at all last season while recovering from the surgery. Although his work at the plate has the Dodgers DH did earn him the National League MVP honors, Ohtani is once again producing at an elite level on offense in 2025. The Dodgers have not offered any recent potential timetable for Ohtani's return to the mound. In spring training, Roberts said a May return was in play, but that now looks unlikely to happen. As well, Ohtani underwent surgery on his non-throwing shoulder to repair a labrum tear this past offseason. Ohtani suffered the injury on a stolen base attempt during the 2024 World Series. Sports Time has been brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Hospital. Log on to pmhd.org for more information about Pioneers. Let's go ahead and take a break. We'll be back and we'll talk about some other things that are happening in the world.
The 60s and 70s await you again during a time trip back to the 20th century. The American Hit List is the show that takes you there, and I'll be your guide. This is Machine Gun Kelly. Join me for the adventure right here.
To the Batmobile. Let's go.
Tune in to Machine Gun Kelly, Saturday mornings, 9 a.m. to noon, right here on AM 1230 KXO.
Today's financial news is brought to you by Southwest Security, a locally owned company that protects you, your home, business, or construction site 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. So U.S. equities closed the week with notable declines driven by renewed trade tensions and fiscal concerns. President Donald Trump's announcement of a potential 50% tariff on European Union imports and a proposed 25% levy on foreign-made smartphones, including Apple's iPhones, unsettled investors. These developments contributed to the S&P 500's worst weekly performance in 7 weeks. On Friday, the S&P 500 fell 0.7% to 5802.82. The Dow Jones Industrial Average dropped 0.6% to 41,603.07, and the NASDAQ Composite declined a full percent to 18,737.21. For the week, all 3 major indexes lost approximately 2.5%, while the Russell 2000, representing smaller companies, decreased by 3.5%. Year to date, the S&P 500 is down 1.3%. The Dow has declined 2.2%. The NASDAQ has fallen 3%, and the Russell 2000 has dropped 8.5%. No bueno. Apple shares were particularly impacted, falling over 6% this week amid concerns about the proposed smartphone tariffs. Conversely, U.S. steel surged more than 21% following the announcement of a new partnership with Japan's Nippon Steel, a deal expected to create 70,000 jobs and inject $14 billion into the U.S. economy. In the bond market, long-term Treasury yields rose due to worries over the expanding federal deficit and a recent U.S. credit rating downgrade by Moody's. Despite higher yields, the U.S. dollar weakened against major currencies. Looking ahead, investors will focus on upcoming economic indicators, including the April PCE inflation report, durable goods orders, and pending home sales. Additionally, earnings reports from major companies like NVIDIA and Macy's are anticipated to influence the market sentiment. We'll have more after this message.
Southwest Security has been protecting properties 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, right here in the Imperial Valley and Coachella Valley. The mission has always been to protect your property, whether it's your home, business, or construction site. Your satisfaction is their #1 priority. Make that phone call today to protect your property by calling Southwest Security at 760-970-4500. That's 760-970-4500. And don't forget about Southwest Postal, your one-stop shipping center. Plus, they offer you 24-hour mailbox rental located at the corner of Heil and 4th Street in El Centro.
Quick touch on the weather real quick. Today is partly sunny, then gradually becoming more sunny with a high near 97. Breezy west winds, 5 to 15 miles per hour, becoming south in the morning. Winds gusting as high as 30 miles per hour today. And for tonight, mostly clear with a low around 66, with winds gusting as high as 30 miles per hour. For Sunday, sunny with a high near 98, no wind during the day, but a little bit of a breeze coming back in, gusting as high as 20 miles per hour for your low of 68. And by Memorial Day, sunny with a high near 100, south-southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour, gusting as high as 20, which is not a big deal at all. This financial news update and weather has been brought to you by Southwest Security and Southwest Postal Service, the only postal box service offering 24-hour a day, 365 days a year service. Southwest Postal at 4th and Heil in El Centro. You stick around, and we're going to have the CBS News, the top of the hour. It is 7:59 in the morning.
The best oldies on the radio on AM 1230 KXO.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by T-Mobile Business Advantage.
I'm Allison Keys. Airports, roads, and rails in the nation are teeming with travelers this Memorial Day weekend. Not only are fallen service members being remembered, but this is the unofficial beginning of summer for many. KDKA TV reporter Lauren Linder.
According to AAA, 4.8 million people will be traveling by car this holiday in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and New York, up 3% from last year. To help make the ride smoother, the Turnpike has suspended construction from now until Monday at 11 p.m.
Severe weather roared through Oklahoma overnight, and there's a risk of more today with a chance of tornadoes and massive hail. Reporter Brad Gibson is in Tulsa.
Severe storms swept through northeast Oklahoma with winds as strong as 70 miles an hour. Holiday campers who had set up tents near area lakes ran for cover as the heavy rains and winds came through. There have been reports of injuries as a result of the storms. The forecast for the weekend is more of these types of storms into Monday.
President Trump is speaking at West Point's 2025 graduation, his first military commencement address since returning to office. He told the class that he rebuilt the Army and the military.
Congratulations to the West Point class of 2025. You are winners, every single one of you. Thank you.
Now to Ukraine, where Kyiv and Russia have exchanged hundreds of prisoners, some civilians and other soldiers. The BBC's James Waterhouse saw some of the first come home to Ukraine.
It was quite an emotional scene yesterday. People were shouting, "Thank you." And for these men, I mean, it marks an incredibly long time in Russian captivity where human rights groups routinely accuse Moscow of systematic torture.
Food banks around the nation are suffering amid massive domestic funding cuts by the Trump administration. CBS's Jim Krasula.
Coordinators at food banks say income stagnation and rising living costs are increasing demand at their operations nationwide. Jason Jakubowski with Connecticut Food Share says many of his clients now find themselves on the other side of the equation.
Many of them come to us and say, I donated to you for years, and I never in a million years thought I would have to use this service.
Jakubowski saw a 25% increase in food demand last year, and he expects another double-digit increase this year.
The measles outbreak may be slowing in Texas, but it is on the rise in New Mexico and Kansas. There are now more than 1,000 cases of the measles in 31 states, including Oklahoma, New Jersey, and Virginia. This makes this the second worst year for measles since the virus was declared eliminated in the U.S. in the year 2000. This is CBS News.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. Get the savings you want on America's largest 5G network. Visit T-Mobile.com/choice55 and start saving today.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it.
Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power Charge that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/55 to learn more. It's 24 monthly bill credits and 2 new lines with autopay for well-qualified customers plus taxes, fees, and $35 per line connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Chargers sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
There are things parents need to do for their kids to fly alone safely.
Each year, millions of young Americans are flying, and they are classified as UM, unaccompanied minors. Summer is almost upon us, and for many families, that means a large number of UMs. If you're a parent, there are a number of things you need to know before sending your child on a plane flight alone. First, give your child a cell phone with your number and other important numbers already programmed in. At the very least, they should also carry a card you print with all the necessary emergency numbers, and always try to book an early morning flight. They have a better on-time performance. Also, make sure your child has a photo of the person picking them up, even if your child knows who it is. It helps airline personnel at the other end connect them to the right person. Peter Greenberg, travel editor, CBS News.
AAA projects that 45.1 million Americans will travel at least 50 miles from home this Memorial Day weekend. Most are going to drive. Allison Keyes, CBS News.
Hey, it's Mike Rohn. If I have a choice, I like to do business with companies that actually stand for something. That's why I switched from Verizon to Pure Talk. No offense to Verizon, I'm sure they stand for something. I just don't know what it is. Pure Talk, on the other hand, is a veteran-owned company that supports our military in a big way, and I appreciate that. Yeah, I also appreciate unlimited talk and text and plenty of data for half the cost of the big guys, and I do like being on America's most dependable 5G network for just $20 a month. But what I really appreciate is no contract, no cancellation fees, and Pure Talk's commitment to handle all their customer service in this country. I saw it for myself. I went to Georgia, I got a tour of their headquarters, I met their CEO, and I talked to the same customer service folks that you'll talk to when you dial pound 250 and say keyword micro. Switch today and save 50% off your first month when you dial pound 250 and say keyword micro. Pure Talk, a wireless company that actually stands for something.
It's Aaron Atadero on AM 1230.
Hey, Aaron,
Where is Aaron right now? Why didn't you answer me the first time I said Aaron?
Because it's pronounced Aaron.
AM 1230, the best oldies on the radio.
1230.